Exclusive. National Assembly members failed to provide documents of how 2.5 billion naira running costs in 6 months were spent. Welcome to the news, and thank you for tuning in to listen. The Office of the Auditor General of the Federation in its 2019 audit report released in September 2021 and obtained by Sahara reporters queried the clerk of a house for failing to provide a document and ordered it to refund the 2.5 billion naira as there were risk of diversion of public funds by lawmakers. Can you hear this, Nigerians? Nigerians, are you listening to this? What does this tell you? The same people who are supposed to help fight corruption are now the ones who are the perpetrators of the act. Very funny. And among these people are people who want to become, in their mind, they want to become the president. They want to become governors. They want to become various things. They want to become the speaker. It is well. It is well, or even inside well. I keep asking myself, are you sure that we are from the same country and we are from the same planet? Because the way all these things are going, how can someone be in a country and the country is going bad? And it is obvious that what you're doing is actually making it back. And you continue. Sincerely, sometimes I'm meant to believe, I want to believe that we and these people, we are not supposed to be in the same place. You are looting a country that is already owing how many million? Come on now. Don't you have conscience? Don't you have conscience? This is a time where even the last kobo should be accounted for. Anything that will be done to save cost will happen. But no. These people, I keep saying it, until we get, number one, someone who has integrity. Number two, someone who has the best interest of Nigeria at heart. Number three, someone who is ready to challenge status quo. This thing, we used to do it like this before. We used to say it is 60 million naira and we only use 20 million and the remaining 40 million will pocket it. Never. Somebody will come in and say the country does not have money. If you have done it before, you cannot continue. It is behaviors like this that puts Nigeria in problem. That is the kind of person we need. Someone who is going to be ready to challenge his colleagues, telling them it's not happen. This policy, you are finished losing the money. You now want them to pay. It is not going to happen. When are we going to have such people? I hope it's not going to be taking so much time because we are already worn out of waiting. Now the news in detail. The House of Representatives, the lower chamber of the National Assembly, has failed to produce documents to prove how its members spent 2.5 billion naira running costs paid to them for 6 months in 2019. The Office of the Auditor General of the Federation in its 2019 audit report released in September 2021 and obtained by Sahara reporters queried the clerk of a house for failing to provide the documents and ordered it to refund the 2.5 billion naira as there were risk of diversion of public funds by the lawmakers. The audit report is titled Auditor General for the Federation Annual Report on Non-Compliance, Internal and Internal Control Weaknesses Issues in Ministries, Departments and Agencies for the Agencies of the Federal Government of Nigeria for the year ended 31st December 2019. The OAUGF report stipulated that there should be sanctions for the clerk of a house if the money unaccounted for was not remitted to the treasury of a Nigerian government. The report partly read, at the Federal House of Representatives of the National Assembly, the following observations were made. Unretired running costs by the honorable members, 2,550 million naira, paragraph 1001I of the Financial Regulation states, all standing imprest must be retired on or before the 31st December of the financial year in which they are issued while special imprest shall be retired immediately. The reasons for which they are granted cease to exist. Retirement will be affected by the production of vouchers and or cash for the full amount of the interest, audit observes that the sum of $2,550 billion was granted to honorable members as running costs between July and December 2019 as shown below. Northeast, 187 million naira. South, 272 million naira. Southeast, 442 million naira. North Central, 391 million naira. Southwest, 629 million naira. And Northwest, 629 million naira. There was no evidence to show that what the funds were used for. And 3. There were no retirement document despite requests. The above anomalies could be attributed to weaknesses in the internal control system at the Federal House of Representatives of the National Assembly. Risk: loss of government funds, diversion of public funds. The management gave no response. Recommendations: the clerk to the National Assembly is requested to furnish reasons why running costs granted to honorable members were not retired, recover unretired running costs of $2.5 billion, and remit to the Treasury. Forward evidence of remittance to the Public Account Committees of the National Assembly. Otherwise, apply sanctions relating to non-retirement of advances and interest specified in paragraph 3124 of the Financial Regulations. This is the government that is fighting corruption. How can corruption fight corruption? Ask me. How can corruption fight itself? And they are calling themselves Integrity Administration. Meanwhile, the reverse is the case. The present National Assembly leadership is not Sarakis, so they have no case to answer. EFCC is not going to harass Buhari rights for ordinary 2 points. Nigerians, ordinary 2.5. 2.5 ordinary. This list has to be comprehensive. When you say Southeast legislation is 1 billion naira, who are you referring to? Please make the list to be very comprehensive. Like, mention the legislator's name, his zone, his state, his local government, and the constituency he's represented. Don't hide any information when it comes to issues like this. If you publish the details, then we know how to demand the debt. Exactly. This one is not Southeast. Call them name by name so that we are going to know. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. And until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.